Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Annie Z here, and today we'll be doing what if Naruto had the 10 tails and was hated. So we start off on the day of the 9 tails attack. Krishna was giving birth to 2 children, Menma and Naruto. When they saw a portal open and out came a masked man with a Sharingan. Krishna had just given birth to Naruto. Obito saw that Krishna had Naruto in her hands and then looked to see Menma with a nurse. Menma was her first son while Naruto was her second son. The masked man grabbed Menma and used him as a distraction to free the 9 tails from Krishna. The 9 tails was then put under a genjutsu by the man and forced to attack the leaf. We see the 4th Hokage charging at a Bijudama trying to teleport it away. Minato barely manages to teleport the Bijudama away from the village. Minato then brings back Menma and then he goes to get Naruto. As Minato was making the hand signs to summon the Shinigami, the 9 tails created an earthquake, causing Minato to unknowingly make the wrong hand sign. He had summoned a pale man with the Rinnegan. Minato asked this entity if he could seal the 9 tails into his sons desperately. Hagoromo looked at the children and saw that Naruto was the reincarnation of his son and the child of prophecy. He then used the Rinnegan to see the future of Naruto, and what he saw shocked him. He saw death and destruction. Hagoromo then decided to seal the 10 tails into Naruto. So he froze time and summoned the 10 tails house and summoned all the Bijus to his location. He then separated each Biju into good and bad side. He sent the bad sides back to the host and then sealed the good sides of the Biju into the 10 tails house and so it took a new form. It took a form of a 10-tailed wolf. Hagoromo then proceeded to seal the wolf into Naruto while sealing the bad 9 tails into Menma. He then unfroze time. Thanks, Minato said. It's time for you to pay the price. Both you and your wife will be sealed inside your youngest son, but before you leave, I think you might want to meet your youngest for the final time, as he will live a bad life because you sacrificed him. Krishna then went to touch Naruto on his head and then told him how much she loved him. On Naruto, a kanji for love appeared. Minato then went to Naruto and told him to be the strongest. They were then sealed into their youngest son Naruto. After the sealing was done, Naruto turned pale as some scaly skin grew onto him and horns also grew out of the skin. Then truth-seeking orbs appeared hovering around him. Naruto then manifested the Rinnegan before it turned back to his normal eyes. Naruto's chakra levels rose. Right now he was on par with the 3 tails, but he was just a baby. His skin had become hard and scaly, and then clothes manifested looking like the ones in the thumbnail. Hiruzen then came up and picked up both Naruto and Menma and took them. After that had happened, Hiruzen had told the council about Naruto and Menma. The civilians wanted to kill him while the clan heads were neutral. Hiruzen then declared that it was banned to talk about them being jinchurikis, causing the civilians to get pissed while the clans didn't care. However, before the meeting could end, Jiraiya came in and said he'll be taking one of the children to train as they were the child of prophecy. When he went to pick, he saw Naruto and thought that he had the bad side because Naruto had changed. He thought that the QB was possessing him. He also picked Menma because Menma looked like a kid version of Minato. Naruto was then placed into an orphanage. We now find a 4-year-old Naruto who had been adopted by a shinobi. It had been a year since he was adopted. He was adopted by his father Luffy. He was happy with his father who had protected him from the mobs. Naruto had grown close to Luffy. He was the only one Naruto could trust and Naruto felt safe around him. We now see Naruto looking at his pale white skin, thinking why everybody hated him, and only his father cared for him. But suddenly, a few kunai came towards Naruto and were about to hit him until his truth-seeking wolves formed a barrier protecting him. Naruto, feeling in danger, feels chakra coming from his stomach from his seal, as a silhouette of a wolf made of purple chakra took form around him. He then launched himself at the masked man, smashing him into a wall. Naruto was then instantly in front of the man as Naruto proceeded to punch the man's mask. The mask then shattered as Naruto screamed. "Hello Naruto, or should I say demon," said the man. "Dad, why?" Naruto said. "It was all an order from Lord Danzo to give you love and take it away from you, demon. You possess the 9 tails, the very beast that attacked our village and destroyed a lot of people. You pose a threat to this village. So you had no choice then?" "No, that's not it. I accepted Lord Danzo's orders. I could have turned him down, but I wanted to make you feel pain. Just like how I felt pain when you killed my daughters years ago. To give you love and take it away from you in mere seconds, you freak. You're a demon. Love only yourself and fight only for your sake. Only then will you continue to exist." "I never loved you," Luffy said. Naruto then screamed as his eyes began to change into the Rinnegan. He then held his arm out and said the words that came to his mind: planetary devastation, as the earth started to crash into Luffy, killing him. The next day, Naruto was walking to get some food. He went to the shop to pick up some items and put it on the counter. When the shopkeeper saw him, he scowled. "Oh, you demon, how many times have I told you not to come to this shop? I don't serve your kind over here." the shopkeeper said. Love only yourself, live only for your sake, Luffy's words repeated in Naruto's head. Suddenly a purple wolf aura formed around Naruto. So you won't sell me food then, Naruto said in a demonic tone as he rushed towards the keeper. I'm beaten merciless. Please stop, you can have the items, the shopkeeper begged. Oh, so now I can have the items. Oh, so now I can have it. But before you said I couldn't, so this is how I should treat you least citizens, Naruto said, ripping his arms off and sending the juubi chakra into the man, killing him. Before he died, he screamed out in pain. Naruto then went to the till and took all the money and raided a shop for food. Time skip a week. Naruto had been doing this to any shopkeeper or anyone that got in his way. He's been killing mercilessly. Okay, at the council room. Hiruzen, you must stop this beast. He's killing all the shinobi and civilians just for getting in his way now, said Homaru. Hiruzen, we have let Danzo have the demon. He's too dangerous, Koharu said. Are you mad, Danzo? Danzo of all people? That selfish bastard? He's the one who turned Naruto into this. He will turn him into a weapon against us, Hiruzen said. It was the only way, Hiruzen. Right now Danzo's the only one that can control him. The demon even killed Tenzo. The great wood release couldn't even stop him. We gave you many chances now for the good of the village. Like we killed off the Uchiha clan, we order either Naruto to be killed or placed en route. It all depends if Danzo can capture him, said Homaru. You fucked up. I'm abolishing the advisors council right now, along with the civilian council, Hiruzen said. Where'd Naruto? Naruto was at home, or at Luffy's home, now his home, relaxing when he heard glass shatter. Going towards where the glass shattered, he went in front of his house to see Danzo. Danzo with an army. Surrender, demon, and you'll be placed into our route without harm, said Danzo. Go and fuck yourself, you old mummy. You think I take orders from a cripple like you? No, said Naruto. Attack, said Danzo. Naruto then activated his juubi cloak and rushed towards 1000 shinobi, killing them mercilessly with just his bare hands or his chakra claws. Danzo then tries to sneak attack Naruto, who uses Shinra Tensei to send Danzo flying. Danzo then uses wood style cage, but Naruto's truth-seeking orbs neutralizes it. Naruto then sends chakra rods, pinning Danzo to the floor as he rips off Danzo's Sharingan eyes. He then heard their voice telling him to do so. He then uses truth-seeking orbs to destroy the Sharingans. He then channels a massive amount of juubi chakra and channels it into Danzo, causing Danzo to scream out in pain as he blew up. He then takes Danzo's head and pins it on his wall. Everyone saw this, the whole village was terrified. The great Sharingan, the great wood release, was defeated by the demon. Naruto then went home to sleep after he ate some food. With the council. Hiruzen, we need to stop the demon now, a civilian yelled. He's out of control, another one said. He'll kill us all, a final one said. Enough, as you can see, we have no power over Naruto. Seals don't work against him. I don't know what seal Naruto used, but it has no vulnerability, so we can't cut him off from the Nine Tails. Also, as you are too blind to see, he has the Rinnegan, the strongest dojutsu of them all. The one said to have been wielded by the Sage of Six Paths, the man who created ninjutsu and the ninja world, Hiruzen said. So what, we just let him kill all of us as he pleases, said Horano. Oh please, we all know he only targets people who hurt him in the past or people who get in his way now. So unless you don't provoke Naruto, or if you have broken my law in the past, you won't die. As the shinobi council nodded, they never did like the civilians. However, the civilians were now scared. And finally, from now on, the village will take no action against Naruto defending himself, okay? And if any of you dies, then I know you broke my law. And yeah, it was justified, Hiruzen said, walking out. Naruto aged 6. Naruto had killed anyone that tried to hurt him, and he also killed people who hurt him in the past, which included the civilian council, the rich civilians, and shinobi under the employment of the rich civilians. After this, the village started to fear Naruto, as nobody could stop him. So now let's go into Menma's life. Menma had a good life, as he was trained by Jiraiya to be his successor. He was just like Naruto in canon, but a bit more arrogant. He had control of 2 tails of the 9 tails chakra, and had semi-decent chakra control. He was also a toad summoner, but he could only summon small toads right now. He's also learnt sealing, or normal sealing, not uzumaki sealing. Jiraiya then told Menma about his dream and how he wanted peace for the entire elemental nations. Menma, being easily influenced as he was a child, also wanted to bring peace to the world. Jiraiya hadn't told Menma about Naruto yet, as he didn't want Menma to worry about that. He needed Menma to be in the right mind as he was a child of posse. And he never cared about Naruto because Naruto wasn't important to the posse. He never checked up on Naruto. Jiraiya had officially registered Menma as his apprentice and successor. However, by doing that, Memma gave up his right to be clan head, so Naruto will become clan head of the Uzumaki and Namikaze clan. However, Jiraiya promised that he would make Memma the greatest Hokage ever, which was Memma's dream, so Memma never cared. Back to Naruto. We see Naruto come into class. It was the first day of academy. Naruto took a seat at the back of the class. Is that him? Sakura said. Yeah, that's the one that mummy told us to stay away from. The demon who kills, said Ino. He killed my mummy, said Sakura. Sasuke then looked at Naruto. He had seen Naruto ruthlessly kill Danzo and Ruambu. He was more scared of Naruto compared to Itachi. He heard how if anybody opposes Naruto, they disappear, never to come back. Iruka then came in. Good morning class, I am Iruka sensei, and today I will be testing you. Naruto had aced all the tests, which included kunai throwing and the 3 basic jutsu. Naruto had good chakra control because the juubi wasn't messing with it. And since the seal that the Sage of 6 Paths used did not ruin chakra control. Okay, so we will now be doing sparring. All matches had been done, the only ones that remained were Kiba vs Naruto. He's against him, Ino said. Kiba, you should forfeit or you will die, said Sakura. Don't worry guys, I'll show this demon monster his place, Kiba said. Naruto hearing this got angered. Anytime he heard anybody call him a demon, it reminded him of Luffy, which instantly sent him into rage. I'm going to kill you, said Naruto. Kiba then starts off with a man-beast clone and throws a lot of kunai at Naruto. Naruto's truth-seeking was automatically surround him, creating a barrier. Kiba does all the ways defend him, even when he's unconscious, Shikamaru said. Wait, how's that fair? So you're not only a demon, you also cheat as well, Kiba said, enraging Naruto even more. I'm gonna bath in your blood, said Naruto, as his juubi wolf cloak activated. The raw chakra made everybody fall to the ground. What is this power? Sasuke thought. He's not a demon, he's a demon god, Sakura said, shitting herself. We stand no chance against him. Nobody does, Ino said. He's a monster, Hinata said, scared of Naruto. Now die, Naruto shouted, using his claws to kill Kiba, or what he thought was Kiba, but it was actually Akamaru. Match over, Iruka said before Naruto could kill the real Kiba. You're lucky I promised the old man I wouldn't kill unless in a match where I'm legally allowed to accidentally kill you, said Naruto. But yeah, dog boy, enjoy life without a puppy. I enjoyed its final screeches for help, said Naruto. After that day, everyone knew not to mess with Naruto. He established himself as an alpha. He started to skip out on school every day, and the teacher would just give him full marks out of fear. The next year went normally. Naruto had killed and was ruling over the village out of fear. Hiruzen was too weak to do anything. It was graduation day. Naruto had currently been sitting in when Sakura and Ino had came in shouting. Then he heard Sakura say, Sasuke, don't worry, you're better than the demon. He's only a demon, he cheats at everything. I bet it's not even his power, it's probably his demonic magic that gives him the strength. Sakura, what did I say about you shouting my present? And what did you call me, you stupid whore? Said Naruto. Sorry Naruto, I didn't mean it. Please don't hurt me. It's the last day, please show some mercy. Not only did I tell you to stop screaming, you do it again, said Naruto, as a claw of juubi chakra formed around him. Naruto, please show mercy, she was just joking, said Ino. What about that? It's joking, you know. If you don't want to die, go and take a seat and don't get involved in the affairs of your betters, said Naruto, as Ino ran away. Now Sakura, repent for trying to hurt my eardrums and calling me a demon, Naruto said, repeatedly stabbing her with a claw. Time skip. Naruto had graduated Rookie of the Year and was waiting for his teams. He then remembered how he captured Mizuki, stealing the scroll, and had copied down all of the jutsus onto another scroll that he had with him. His Rinnegan made it easier for him to learn jutsus, as he had all non-sealing jutsu mastered within a week, especially with how the Shadowclones helped him once he learnt about it. Iruka was now announcing the teams. Team 7 under Kakashi Hatake is Naruto Uzumaki, Hinata Hyuga, and Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto was waiting for his sensei. He had no problems with this team as they never ever antagonized him before. In fact, that girl Hinata was too scared to even touch him or even go near him, and she was a shy little weakling. However, he wished Sakura was here so he could just beat her up, because she was going to provoke him anytime soon, and he would have a legit excuse for beating her up. I mean, a man worse than Itachi, said Sasuke. He's the demon, god of leave. I shouldn't piss him off, Hinata said, scared. Team 7 to the top of the academy, Kakashi said, appearing out of nowhere. Naruto then body flickered up to the roof. So you're Naruto Uzumaki, Kakashi said. Listen, next time you come late, I'll kill you, Naruto said, letting out the juubi's killer intent. Mama Naruto, no need to get angry, Kakashi said, as the others then arrived. Most introductions were canon, apart from Naruto's. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, my likes are killing and ramen, my dislikes are everything. My dream is to prove my existence as the most powerful shinobi in the world. So guys, that was it for what if Naruto had the 10 tails and was hated. If you like this, get this to 100 likes so I know that you want some more, because I don't know if this will be popular. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. Bye.